This movie is so much worse than I ever could have imagined. Welcome to Bite Size Bunny, my name's Tony, and today we are going to be talking about Return to Silent Hill. In this film, we follow James as he returns to Silent Hill to try and find his missing wife. As he navigates Silent Hill, he runs into various monsters and weirdos and blah blah blah. This movie's ass. There's no other way of putting it. And if you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, there's way more going on in the game than just that, you're right. The game actually has an interesting narrative. Unfortunately, that's not the case for the movie. This barely feels like you're watching a movie. It's basically an hour and 45 minutes of watching the writer and director check off as many boxes as possible as they awkwardly cram in as many references from the game into this project. It's an incohesive nightmare that has a whole lot of nothing going on. You are basically watching James run from one set piece from the video game to the next. And they occasionally sprinkle in some scenes from the game as well, I'm guessing in hopes that gamers are dumb enough that they'll just eat up anything that resembles the game they love. Honestly, that's probably the best way of describing this movie. It doesn't even feel like a bad fan film. It feels like the studio slapped together a bunch of bullshit and just went, hey, if it slightly resembles this beloved IP, that should be good enough, right? Not only is this one of the most low-effort video game adaptations I've ever seen, but it's also one of the most low-effort horror films I've seen in a while. This made the Borderlands movie look slightly more competent. Only slightly, though. The performances are questionable at best, but at the same time, the actors aren't really given anything to work with, so I definitely don't fault them at all. The scares are ineffective, and the CGI is bad. There are some effects in this film that look like they belong in a really impressive-looking PlayStation 2 game. Even the monsters feel weightless and underwhelming. There are cosplayers that have done a better job at bringing these creatures to life. This movie is a waste of time. It really is. It's not even good at giving you a SparkNotes version of the story from the game. It lacks any of the nuance you need in order to tell this story, or really any story in the Silent Hill universe. Shit, this movie barely feels like it's telling a story at all. It really does just feel like you're watching a bunch of stuff happen. Don't bother with Return to Silent Hill. Even if you watch it for free, it still costs too much. I'm going to be giving Return to Silent Hill a 1.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. And what is the worst video game adaptation you've seen? I'd love to know.